Mastering Mediocrity presents Nothing More.
Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. This is a series of recordings where myself, Jeff, and
Ben,
we talk about music that is sometimes current events, sometimes freshman albums. It really is whatever we choose it to be.
hell yeah.
What did I do this time?
Yeah, what did you pick this time? And what, you picked, what did you pick?
Nothing More.
Nothing to the Few. What is the album? It's, what's the band? Nothing More.
And it's...
I listened to this all week, never looked at the band name.
You didn't.
And, I did eventually, but it took 5 days before I was like, what the what's this band?
But you had it on tap, obviously.
Right, I was listening on Spotify. But I was just like, who is this?
You hadn't absorbed it
Yeah,
yet.
because what is it? What's the album called? The Few and Fleeting?
The Few Not Fleeting.
The Few Not Fleeting. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? Just
I'm actually
spitball.
I'm really not sure.
Yeah,
I don't
get
know.
the
I'm
lyrics.
sure. It's something I've heard before. It's an analogy for
Jamie,
something.
can you look that up?
Yeah, Jamie.
Oh, there's nobody over there.
Oh, that's awkward.
All right.
Yeah. So this
I
is
didn't
Nothing
look the
More.
lyrics up. It's one of the song titles of the album. I didn't look the lyrics
There
up.
is one.
So
Yeah.
they may have
There's probably enough context in there to find out what this is about.
probably. All right. So when was this album put out?
And this is 2009. It is their freshman album.
All right.
They've
all right.
done music at this point. They've put,
Okay.
I don't know if it's their own stuff, but this was the amalgamation of their junior efforts and then this entering the true paid music scene.
Gotcha.
There's an interview
Were you aware
that...
of these guys before this? When did you
Yes.
find out about this band?
Okay, so I discovered Nothing More on the radio, which many have. I know you have not heard it. You don't listen to the radio. Not very often, anyways.
Yeah, very rarely.
A lot of good podcasts out there, I understand. So they have a song called Go to War. They even play it in football arenas now.
Gotcha.
Because it is a competitive sounding song.
Gotcha.
And I liked that song. It's not their best song. And sometimes it's rare that their most listened to song is their best song. But I like it. It's very good. And that got me interested in... I have listened to them sparingly here and there.
Sure.
But then I saw them live with Breaking Benjamin and Chevelle. And they stood out as the best performance in that series of bands. They were the opener.
Gotcha.
And they were fantastic. They had there was a song where they do robotics.
What year
and
is
there's
this?
a stage that's going up and down just 2 years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah, right before the year before the pandemic. And it was a fantastic high energy concert. It wasn't a show, but it was still really good. And so I just mad respect
Fair enough.
for the show
Fair
and
enough.
for the music. It was great to listen to live.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you land on this album?
I wanted to know where they were from. I like that. I like listening to Backstreet Boys again because they just go through.
Yeah, there's something about the first album
Yeah.
that I don't know. It's hard to describe that. It's okay, this is after of all the years that they've been a band. This is what they decided. Hey, this is what we want to put out there as our introduction.
And there's always some tracks on there that you can tell were from corporate and what was actually their true unique sound.
Interesting.
So there's themselves, and I think every freshman album has this element of, here's a song that we want you to sing and you can take credit for it, but we want you to sing it. So you see that, but then there's an evolution that occurs afterwards. But this album, I don't think they swing for the fences.
Okay.
I'll say that ahead of time.
Okay.
They don't swing for the fences. There's something drawn back that they don't explore.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I'll say that.
You wanted to is that all you really want to say about this?
I don't know. there are a lot of things about this album that like just sit weird with me,
Okay.
and I don't.
How do you want to preface
specifics.
Do you want to give your overall feeling? Give just a feeling of the album before we go into this, because I'll just say straight ahead, this is not his wheelhouse.
No, this is not my style of music. At all.
There is this band has a hint of metalcore.
Yeah, there are elements of this album that I really dig, and
But overall song composition, I think,
fine. I'd say it's fine,
Sure.
but this I'll say it at the end.
All right, fair.
Let's just hop into it.
It's not for everyone,
Let's hop into it.
but it's good. I like it.
Let's
All
hop
right.
into it.
Track 1, Gone.
I rated this a 7.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what I said, I thought it was a good opening track. I think
I'm blown away already.
I think it is a fairly good representation of the album. So about my scores, I tried to. I knew not going into it, but as soon as he started singing, that this wasn't going to be my type of album.
Okay, cup of tea, sure.
Right. This isn't going to be something that I'm going to like.
Yeah.
So I tried to think about it as someone who would like this, or just like think about the songs individually. Like, how is this song put together? How is the musicianship? Even though I don't like his voice, how
Talent.
is it? Right.
Yes.
Like, just how is it as a song?
You don't like Coheed and Cambria either.
I don't. But otherwise, it's like upbeat. What else I say? This is the song that says like over, and I think it's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I said this reminds me of high school, which is like a theme throughout this album, because this style of singing was popular, or was starting to get popular in like rock music when we were in high school. And I think it kind of like hits hits ahead in like 2007, 8, 9 with like 30 Seconds to Mars, that fucking Jared Leto
10 years.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. 30 Seconds to Mars is good. I like them too.
But you know what I'm saying, like this style of
it is popularized around this time.
Right.
I think this guy had a transitional voice for the time too.
Gotcha.
And he stays relatively the same as I've heard him.
Okay.
But there's a whininess that maybe got refined as he continued to make albums.
Okay, because I used the word whiny.
Yeah. No, I mean,
throughout
there's no escaping. This guy has a whiny voice.
Yeah.
Purposefully to add emotion and naturally as a singer. It's emphasized and it's natural.
Gotcha.
So, if you're down with that,
and
you'll like this. Yeah.
I'm usually not.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, you didn't really like the emo scene very much.
No.
And I liked the popular emo stuff. I wasn't like into like the Used, which they were popular too, but they were popular in like more of a cult.
Gotcha. I mean, I've heard the name, but like I think.
Yeah, I have.
Shit, my sister listened to.
Sure, but you've rated this very fairly. A 7 out of 10 is like, as a person who appreciates this music, I give it a 7 out of 10 because it showcases Nothing More as Nothing More.
Gotcha.
It defines the album, like kind of like what you said. It is a good amalgamation of what I think their sound is. They're a little bit more on the mathcore scene. Protest the Hero. We saw them live. You still don't remember. We saw them with Dragon Force. It was Protest the Hero and it was Dragon Force. It was the guy that was like spinning the mic, spitting on stage, really high energy.
Yeah.
You didn't like them. I had never heard anything like that before, and I like fell in love. I really like Protest the Hero. They really only actually have like 3 or 4 songs that I really like.
Sure.
I've listened to them. I actually couldn't name them. Like, I don't love them that much. Like, they were good, and I really liked the energy of the performance.
Yeah.
So you forgot about them. That sound stayed with me.
Yeah.
And
this is like when you and I started like really diverging in musical.
We did for a little bit.
Yeah.
A large part of it was Kim liked the hard rock scene. She
Like
liked
the popular hard rock.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to consider
the
that.
Nickelback, Breaking Benjamin,
Yeah.
Korn. She liked going to those concerts, and I liked going to those concerts, and it was something we bonded on, and I think I just naturally listened to them. And
Nothing wrong with that.
like the power metal scene kind of left.
Yeah.
You know, it took a long time for me to listen to anything else that kind of sounded from Kill 'Em All. You know,
Or
thrash
from the 80s or whatever.
yeah, you know, yeah. I just that tempo I lost. It was a little bit slower, a little bit more.
What you were ended up liking, or when you diverged, you liked slower stuff. Because to me, this stuff is slower than what I normally listen to, and it's not as heavy.
Yeah.
But there are parts that get
Heavy.
close.
Yes.
Which
They
I like.
do a lot of gear switches in their music.
Yeah.
A lot of rhythm changes,
Yeah.
tempo changes.
Yeah.
Maybe not overall. Obviously, the song has an overall tempo, but yeah, that's what they're about. And if you don't like the whiny voice and you don't like gear changes too terribly much, this is a tough album to bite your way through. But you can get past that, and like you said, like kind of appreciate the music for what it is and what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're very in sync. There are moments where, and with this gear changes, you know that they have good talent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Up next.
Track number 2, Salem, Burn the Witch.
Or
Yeah.
would you have
No, I'm perfect. Like, let's
All right,
go.
Number two, Salem, Burn the Witch. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I love this song. I love this song.
Yeah, okay.
They have a wicked laugh. Yeah, that's one of the defining moments is this wicked laugh during the chorus. This song to me is actually a little bit more accessible than some of their other ones. This one is one they've released later on. They actually made this song a little bit more popular as a release.
I gotcha.
So I've seen
5 years
bands do
later
this
or whatever.
before.
Yeah.
I'm not too terribly familiar with songs that have done it. I know that there's a band called Blue October. Everybody's heard of them. But their very first song that was like a radio edit, Blue October, they've got like the Into the Ocean song.
Blue October.
Yeah, you'll get it. In any case, they've done a song where they released it later and it became popular. Later than it was produced and released originally. It was in a movie, so I think that helped quite a bit. But yeah, this song is very catchy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like the subject matter, and it puts a spotlight on each of the musicians in the band.
How many people are in this band?
I'm not certain. 4 or 5. I just didn't take the time
That's fair.
to really
That's fair.
figure out each person and their instrument. I should have.
Let's see.
But,
No, bro. I didn't either.
but
Let's see. Nothing more. Google. It's like, why can't, I feel like.
there's a lot of former members too is the problem.
No,
So,
I feel you.
they have 4 or 5
So they
current
got
members.
4 current members and like fucking
There's
7.
7. Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, so I was just like, when I looked at that, I was like, whatever I say for this album, there's going to be something wrong. So,
I feel you.
to delve that far.
Whatever. Yeah. So this song, what'd you give it?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Alright.
I like this song a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I gave this a 6.
Sure.
I thought this had like a really cool intro. That's what I said. I was like, oh, this is a cool intro. What kind of band is this? Because they're, I don't know, the voice like just really puts it into, at least in my opinion, and that's kind of emo, screamo, emo.
A little bit.
I'm writing poems in my room in high school.
Some of the songs get pretty bad.
Yeah, but I thought the ha 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 was funny. The Burn the Witch was fucking great. Like I do like this.
It's good live. They play it live.
Oh, I get
It's
you.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we were listening to this, just kind of the album, like talking about it, and I thought it was a good background song.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the reason why I chose this album.
This is
This
the
song.
reason. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay, I
they
was
played it
wondering which
live.
I was wondering which song was the
And-
one that
Brought me to it. Because
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
always one of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that it ends up as my favorite song. But
It's not mine.
by listening to it as many times as I have,
I
this
gotcha.
is my favorite song of the
How
album
many times
right
have you
now.
listened to it?
This song?
or the whole album?
The album I've probably listened to 4 times.
Okay.
That song I've probably played 50 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the
What's
homage
on
to the Wizard of the Oz at the end.
Oh, yeah,
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
The outro, yeah, that was cool. I was
And
like, was this song about the fucking Wizard of Oz?
No. It was about the Salem witch trials.
So before we go to the next song, I just want to... I meant to say this at the start, but... this is why I wrote You Already Failed, Jeff.
Why?
Because you were supposed to stop me from taking another shot, but before we started, I took another shot.
I didn't see you. I wasn't
I know,
there.
I did it while you were taking a piss.
Ah. Well, that's your
Set
own
you up for
problem.
failure.
Yeah, you did. All right.
Track number 3, Fat Kid.
What do you think, Ben?
Gave it a 7.5.
Okay. I don't know how you came to that conclusion because I also gave it a 7.5.
I didn't like it when I first heard it, but after a couple of listens, I kind of like it. I enjoyed it a little bit more. It's really well done. It's kind of like reminds me of like a more emo Offspring song.
Yeah. There's a riff in there that
Yeah,
definitely like
But,
90s feel.
but otherwise, when I first listened to it, I was like, this song is really dumb.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. There's just something about me that doesn't like anthems, or like I am a very much just pick up your pack and carry it. And,
Yes.
And not like.
That's why you're like not a huge fan of Call of the Wild on the Powerwolf album, and that has the anthem kind of characteristics.
Well,
to it.
I like that stuff. I don't mean anthem as in singability anthem. I am talking like this is for a group of people.
Torchbearers.
Right, like this is going to be our theme song, and
You didn't listen to it well enough the first time, though. Yeah.
But
Tell me, yeah.
I just listened to the words as I was going through it. I couldn't tell you other than what like sticks out in my head, but like I don't know. I like to think of it more as a funny song.
It wasn't. This was an Offspring song.
Was it?
No, like, I'm just saying, like, the way the lyrics are composed.
Okay.
The rhythm of the song, you hit it, like, I think you hit it dead on the nail. I mean, it just kind of has catchy tongue-in-cheek value to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the part about this song being called Fat Kid is the lead singer is fucking ripped. Like, no joke, looks
Did he
like
used to be a fat kid?
pretty decent bodybuilder. I have no idea. But the contrast between him writing, typically you write as your self-representation because you have the best point of view there. So for him to even mention anything about Fat Kid, I looked to see if he was fat, and there was no references to it. He doesn't talk about this song as if he was a fat kid.
It feels like a song a fat kid would write.
Yeah.
When they were in like high school.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's like,
He wanted to be something better than himself.
Not bad for a fat kid.
Yeah. I'll take your girl.
Yeah, and
It's fun. It's a fun song.
it's all right.
You gave it a 7.5.
I know.
You're still like giving it a very nice lens. I think actually.
Right. I am talking about it as me now. Like I don't like it, but as a song, I'm trying to be impartial.
You should have been a lot more honest, I think. Be honest for the rest of the be honest for the rest of the one.
I don't wanna-
because it loses its value if you're giving
But-
this a 7.5.
But I feel so because when I listen to it, like I want to shit on it, but it's like out of spite.
Yeah.
And it's not like out of a genuine place. I mean, there is a genuine spite out of it, but like it is a nose up type of spite. Like I don't listen to this type of music.
Sure.
This is
Below you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is not my type of heavy music. This doesn't get where I want to go. Which like the lyrics aren't what I want. The lyrics are silly to me, which I realize I have no room to talk because I listen to Powerwolf and Sabaton. You know, like I know what the lyrics are that I listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a song that he likes. It has the Sabaton lead singer in it, and it's like about
pumping iron. Like
yeah, it's
lifting
about
weights.
lifting weights.
Right.
Great song.
It is great.
9.5 out of 10.
Like that's why I'm trying to disassociate.
You're trying to level because you do understand that you listen to songs with silly lyrics at times.
Right, like if somebody who likes nothing more wants to watch this video, I don't want them to think like, and this cat's just shitting on it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You
It's
respect what they do.
yes,
It's
like
just
they're-
not for you.
Right.
We are allowed to have these opinions.
Right. I mean, you're not, but
Exactly.
all right. Fair enough. Did you talk about this one?
Is there
Alright.
some violin in this song
I
for
legit
a
have
moment
no
in
idea.
time?
Goddamn technological difficulties.
Yeah. So let me read what I wrote about this song. It's a beautiful splattered painting. It is a gorgeous mess that I can absolutely understand is not for everyone. Yeah. It is a fun song. I think
Yeah.
like if you jump into it
Yeah.
and you read into the subject matter, it's cute, and I think this one has a lot of listenability. I've listened
Yeah,
to this
for
one
sure.
over and over again.
For sure.
And it's either the second or third place in the album for me. I really
Okay.
like
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah. What do you want to do next? You want to start at number 4?
Track number 4, Waiting on Rain.
Yeah. What is that?
Number 4,
Waiting
on
the
Rain. Is it Waiting on the Rain? I
Or
think
I
it's
don't
just
know.
Waiting on Rain.
Waiting on.
Okay. Take a deep breath
All right.
and tell me what you feel.
I gave this song an 8.
No, you didn't.
Let me read it.
Fucking no.
During my first listen through of the album, this is the song where my opinion of the album started changing for the positive. I just wish the song was slightly longer and leaned into the chorus a bit more. But of course I do, because I always really like
The chorus.
the chorus.
Yeah, me too. However, I'm very surprised on your rating because I gave this one a 4.5. The way this guy says waiting on rain, like
He says waiting
he says
on
like a
rain.
hard H. You gotta listen to it again. I
Alright.
despised it.
All right, let's listen to it. Let's listen to it again.
All right, we have returned from reviewing this song, and I think we have confirmed that we both still feel the same way about the song that
You
we
still think
originally
it's a
began with.
4?
I still think it's a 4.5.
Man,
For
it's
this-
like below average?
Yes, for the same reason that you like this song, I don't like this song. I like Nothing More's signature, more metalcore sound.
Gotcha.
This one has...
This is more accessible.
Yeah, this one actually probably is a more modern chord progression of the time,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah, like typical
wasn't what I
melodies and stuff.
wanted.
I feel you. I'm picking up what you're
I
putting
feel like it didn't fit well in the album
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
because of how just... I felt like this was the corporate... The next 2 songs as well, it's just like, hey, I want you to sing these songs.
Oh, I didn't like the next song.
Good.
Next song wasn't good.
So let's just move. Do you want to move on? You had some feelings about Waiting on Rain.
No. I try and bottle my feelings up.
You do it very well. No, just kidding.
I
At least
try.
with
I
some
try.
other things. Yeah.
I try.
Well, we'll talk about how healthy that is in maybe another
it's
video. All right. So
But,
number.
yeah,
yeah. Number 5.
Track 5, The Cleansing.
The Cleansing, which, all right, Waiting on Rain, I feel like you write that because you feel like a filthy person waiting on the rain to come and purify you. And then you have this next song called The Cleansing, which has this kind of opposite feel. And I'm just going to jump into how I feel about
Let's
this
hear it.
song. So if I didn't like Waiting on Rain,
Okay.
I thought this song was worse than Waiting on Rain.
Really?
It's way too soft of a intro that is then preceded with screeching guitar. And it's just so prevalent and so off-putting that I don't know how executives listen to this song, anybody listen to this song, and didn't feel immediately off-put by that guitar. There are progressions in this song that are acceptable, maybe even good.
Sure.
But otherwise, he doesn't even sing like he's enthusiastic about this song whatsoever. It's devoid of the emotion that I think a song called The Cleansing should have. I'm going to end it right there. I'm not even going to interact with what you say. I don't like this song. How'd you feel?
I gave this a 4, bro.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that it was shit, which I think a 4 is. Like, so I gave it just that little bit of credit.
Oh. I mean, it just doesn't do anything for me. The lyrics are whiny. His voice is whiny.
Unenthusiastic whiny.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going on throughout this album for me, but
I barely remember it, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't. Because I was gonna be like, let's listen to it, so I don't hear this guitar. But I don't.
Second listen to, you agree it's screeching.
It's not. No, like I wanted to
haltingly
listen to it so that I could remember what these guitars are that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them, which means that the song's probably not very.
Well, I guess it didn't hit you in the same way it did with me. It sounds like I just like it more than you, and you gave it a lower score. Which is funny. It just is what it is. This probably is a 3.5. It's not good.
Is that what you're going to give it?
So it has a decent breakdown. And a cool death scream within like 10 seconds of the ending. So I was like, oh, that kind of bumps it up. All right, cool. Death scream. I love death screams. Like any song that has a death scream in it. Ghost has one that blows my mind. Grand Magus has one that blows my mind. Yeah. I forget what song it is. I'll look that up for you. Let's move on to number 6.
Okay.
Track 6, Blue and Gold.
Blue and Gold.
Okay.
If I had to predict, you like this song a little bit. More than the last song, but not as much as Waiting on Rain. Tell me, am I right?
No.
Oh, goodness.
I gave this song a 3.
Oh!
This song sounds like it's of 2009.
Yeah.
Like, this sounds like those 30 Seconds to Mars, those fucking, I don't know, the Used or whatever, Hoobastank.
They were a little
or
bit
whatever
earlier.
the fuck.
Hoobastank, sure, yeah.
But, like Breaking Benjamin, like that type. And this song is peak that genre or whatever.
And you didn't like this period of music.
Yeah, and I don't like it.
I said...
What'd you give it? No.
Wait, yeah.
Did you give it a... 5.5?
Not too far off. I'm at a 4.75 on this song.
Get the fuck out.
I didn't like it either. I said, where the fuck did the hard-hitting riffs go? So the last 3 songs, including this one, Blue and Gold, The Cleansing, Waiting on Rain, I feel like they went away from the hard-hitting riffs that the first 3 had, and to me, this is the worst section of the album.
We are starting to get into a... I say that, but then...
You gave an 8
But then I look at my scores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but there's a couple reasons.
I give an 8 to number 4. The 4th song was Waiting on Rain.
Yeah. Which
Right,
you
so
liked.
was this one Blue and the Gold?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got angry that these last 3 songs kind of...
So you don't like this song?
To me, it kind of sucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is arguably cool guitar work in here with a decent chorus, but I just... They lost their sound in these last 3 songs. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And then they followed up with...
a terrible fucking, 30-second song. Like, why?
I think it's 37, 39 seconds.
Track number 7, Dirge. God, I hate this song.
Yeah, why is it even a separate track? Why is
And
it
it's called Dirge.
Yeah.
And it is
Dirge.
a dirge.
Is that what's the definition of dirge?
I'm not entirely sure. I have more of a feeling like it's like
a lament for the dead, especially one forming part of a funeral rite.
Yeah, it's not a happy thing.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't need to be its own thing. It could have easily been a part of number 8.
This song was a half-baked piece of shit that got pinched off in the middle because you realized you were late picking up your kid at the bus stop.
I thought, I mean, that sounds right. that's expressing what I think, but a little bit more colorfully. I was thinking it was like this song feels like the intro to number 8 because obviously it leads right into it, and it seemed like a producer was like, let's just stop it here. We'll make this a separate track and increase our song count.
I actually felt like the singer or the songwriter knew that the middle section of the album was a dirge, so they just like wrote this, and it's awful. I have no idea.
Why would they do? Why would somebody do that? Why not just instead of 12 songs or whatever? Why not have fucking 8 songs or 9 songs?
I put, what the fuck is this song? What the fuck is this song?
I feel
You can do short songs. They have to either be a good intro for the next song, or they have to have immense meaning. There's like 2 bands that I know that do, and this is even shorter than those. Led Zeppelin has a 2-minute song. We all know what it is. I don't need to say the name because I don't remember it anyways. And then there's also Sublime's song called Pool Shark, which is really short, and it's about doing heroin. He has some good analogies in there.
I want to do.
Yeah. That said, like, this is just nothing. It's a 0 out of 10. I don't fucking get it whatsoever.
I gave it a 2.
It's a 0. I mean, effectively.
Yeah, I feel you.
You'll never listen to this purposefully ever again.
No. All right.
Track 8. Fell in Love with a Ghost.
Fell in Love with a Ghost. I gave this a 6. I said, like, this does nothing for me, but it's like an okay song.
Yeah.
It's like, they're good musicians and everything. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're into this type of thing, it's like a perfectly average, slightly above average song.
If you have a keen ear, they do something a little weird in this song. It's a little funky. They do this, like, dubbed over voice that sounds a little bit robotic. And maybe it's not like a Styx feel, but it's weird.
I certainly didn't get any Styx vibes
from
this album.
Domo Arigato, Mr. Yeah. I don't know. There's 2 things that happen here. It's not a great song, but what happens here to me is that it's a return to form for Nothing More's sound. So at this point in the album, I sense different winds are occurring.
Okay.
And I like it. This brings me back to attention in the album.
I think this is like a start of another
There's a trend.
Another high leading back up to better songs in the album.
Good for you, Ben. You really gave this an honest effort, and I want to say I really appreciate that. Like, because I knew this was out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah, and I knew you knew this was out of my wheelhouse, and I was like, this...
But it's not too terribly far. I mean...
No.
Come on.
Which is why I was like, I want to try and do this. I know it'd be real easy to just shit all over that.
Yeah, it is easy to shit over something when you don't, like...
Right.
Yeah. And if you honestly didn't like this, like, you would shit on it.
Right. And I didn't like it. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see. We'll get to it. But it's like...
I hear you.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, return to form.
Yeah.
This guy... he has a full vocal range to me, and it is in a whiny tone, but sure. He can sing, he can hit the notes, and there is a nice range there. It's just the way his tonal inflection is that you don't like. But yeah, this song is cool. Cool pace changes again, dreamy guitar interludes.
Yeah, they're good musicians.
I'm like, this is Nothing More. They're back, and then I was like, insert Backstreet's back song, because it feels to me like, yeah, we're going like somewhere else now. Yeah.
All right. Number 9.
Track 9, The Few Not Fleeting.
The Few Not Fleeting. Tell me about it.
7 out of 10.
Okay.
I feel this way, the same way that I felt about The Call of the Wild, but slightly digressed. I don't feel like this was the album. Okay. You know what I mean? So I don't know that it deserved the namesake. But man, there's some great vocal range again, and I loved the exchanges they had. He had some vocal exchanges with himself that they dubbed over. He was like responding You can't hear it. It's just a few seconds of like maybe a scream with something that he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's not two singers, although there are another pretty heavy set of singers in this one. But it's good.
Yeah.
7 out of 10, but just not namesake.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I gave this a 7.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I really like the guitar riff in the beginning. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't love like the verse or the voice effects during the verses.
Okay. So you
but
weren't down with the exchanges as much.
I don't know if it was the exchanges or if it was like literally the effects on his voice.
Yeah, I can see that.
But otherwise, I thought it was pretty good.
Long running. I think maybe like you kind of like this one actually keeps somewhat of a constant pace, and it has this riff in it that you're nodding your head to the entire time.
Gotcha. I'd have to listen to it again, but I know I liked it.
7.5 is pretty good.
Yeah. I'd always, like you said, there's those 3 songs or whatever. It's a fairly long, it's not a long album, but there are like a ton of songs on it. They're all just really short, but like I would just zone out when I was like listening to the middle part of it. And I'm just like, whatever. And then it kind of picks back up and...
Absolutely. This
You know what I'm
ebbs,
saying?
this flows, then ebbs, then flows again.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Track 10, Bullets and Blue Eyes.
I gave this one a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
This was at the point where I was like, did they put the track Dirge in the middle because they knew it was just shit in the middle? And this is at that point because I'm like, oh yes, I am liking this band again.
Yeah.
This song has a killer intro riff.
Yeah.
And then has this what I called gravitational chorus. It brings you in. It wants you to be part of the party.
Gotcha.
And there's a moment in this song where they layer on so much. They really bring it all of their musical instrumentational talent together. And I describe it as a musical orgasm. I really liked this song. 7.5 out of 10 every day.
I don't know if I'd call anything in this song a musical orgasm.
Sure.
The closest I'd get to a musical orgasm would be this song isn't anywhere close enough to get me to a musical orgasm.
Sure.
You need to get over 10 minutes.
So is this
to
like
get me to
like a
to get me to climax.
ruined edging orgasm to you?
No.
Okay.
No, I gave this a 7. I
Oh.
really liked how heavy this song was.
Yeah.
And I think this might be the best guitar riff on the
Yeah,
album.
it has a killer riff.
But otherwise, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's just like it suffers from the same things that all the other songs suffer from, and the good ones, it benefits from all the same things that the good ones benefit.
Sure.
Like good riffs, catchy chorus, upbeat. Not that I like upbeat. Not that things have to be upbeat, but it helps.
This should have been the title track in my mind.
That would be a cool
if they were
one.
going to,
Bullets
like-
and Blue Eyes, yeah, that's a cool title.
Yeah. This is a good song.
Gotcha.
Love.
Knows it.
Track 11, Love.
Or
Love?
not love.
Is it love?
Yeah, I think to me it's
Oh,
love. Yeah. Where you're at on this one?
I gave this song a 4. It reminds me of some high school bullshit love song.
Okay.
And I said, it's terrible. I was like, what? So this is the one where he's like, what does he say? He's like, you never listen to my songs, or I would play it. How's it go? I'm gonna look the lyrics up because I want to make sure I get this right.
Okay. Well, while you're saying that or looking that up,
Yeah.
this was attractive background music to me.
Okay.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. It probably is more like a 5.25.
Oh my goodness, you're being generous.
Yeah. I was confused at this point too because I felt like they had a momentum going that kind of stopped here. They stopped making this song didn't have the interesting musical composition that the two before it had, and it didn't hit the same note, but I still liked
I
it.
get you.
But I know I zoned out when I listened to the song the first time, And the second time, I had to listen to it a third time to end up where I was on it.
Picking up what you're putting down. So yeah, he said this is the song where he's like, "I'll sing it till the stars fall down. I'll sing it till my lungs dry out.
Yeah,
I can sing it all night
cheesy.
long, but you never listen when I sing the song." And I just kept every time he'd say it, it's like, because you sing like a fucking bitch. It's like who wants to like sit here and listen to you whine all night? And like that's like that's what I kept wanting to say, or like what
This song is a little cheesy.
you know what I mean? It's like this like whole album is like whiny songs. And it's like, bro, like, who wants to go to a concert and listen to your fucking sad songs that you wrote in the dark, you know, because your girlfriend broke up with you? Like, I don't want to listen to that shit. Like, I want to sit there and listen to Girls, Girls, Girls.
Yeah.
Or whatever Powerwolf's singing about. Dressed to
You're right,
Confess.
yeah. Some Def Leppard shit. Pour
Yeah.
some sugar on me,
Yeah, you
baby.
know what I mean? I don't know.
Maple syrup.
There's enough sad shit out there.
To go miles around.
Yeah.
The
You
earth.
know what I mean?
So if you're going to do it really well.
Yeah.
They do eventually, in my mind.
Okay, let's hear it.
So 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Next up. This
It
is
seems.
the last song on the album.
It is.
Track 12. It seems.
It seems.
No, it is.
Oh, well done. Who's on first? What'd you give? I'm going to ask first. What you go?
Okay, I gave this a 4.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right.
Alright, let's just read it.
All right.
I said, legit, I don't know how
Give it to
you
me.
could go out on a more depressing note. I just want to finish an album on a positive high note. Which is hilarious, because I didn't read this ahead of time, which is so funny, based on what we just said.
Yeah. Yeah, you just say you don't have much more to say
No,
other than
that's
that.
about it.
Okay, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. and I said this song is greater than the sum of its parts. So
Okay.
I totally can get why you don't like this song. It is a little bit depressing, but it switches its mood towards the end. And I said, if you're a sucker for the underdog, you're going to like this song. And I am a sucker for the underdog.
I'm not.
And I in life, I've had like some pretty low lows. They're not awful. They're not, I don't know. The thing is, it's all perspective to people, right? So,
That's what I think too.
yeah, it is. And I mean, so I've had the low lows, and this song just tells you to pick it up near the end and just fucking fight your way through it.
It seems.
And I listened to the song like 3 times in a row, and I just grew to appreciate it more
Gotcha.
and more. It doesn't have the Nothing More sound. It is a little different,
Gotcha.
but I loved it. I loved
Okay.
everything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did read the lyrics too, and I think that helped.
Okay.
Yeah. Which was why I said it's a sum greater than the sum of its parts. Like, not terribly interesting musically.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics are good. Vocals are good to me. And, yeah, it took me somewhere. And I always like when something takes me somewhere.
For sure.
Which is,
I
I think,
nothing wrong with
when if we go back to, was it Fell in Love with a Ghost? No. Which one did you give an 8? Waiting on Rain. That one took you somewhere.
No, wait.
Yeah,
Fell in Love
Waiting
with
on
Ghost.
Rain. No,
Okay.
Waiting on Rain. You gave it
Yeah,
an 8 out of
I gave
10.
it an 8.
It took you somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's really the most you can hope for a song to do.
Mm-hmm.
It really brings you present, and you'll like that.
Yeah, I guess.
But you're trying to bottle those emotions up.
Yeah, there are two sayings in life that I feel like really sum up my outlook.
Yeah.
One is embrace the suck, and 2 is this too shall pass.
Hmm.
So like I try not to like dwell on like negative shit. I try not to like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
positive, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when songs are sitting there like being depressed, it's like, bro, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got some things that I want to accomplish.
Not even that. Like just like
You just don't have time.
life is too short to be depressed.
And to drink cheap beer.
Oh yeah.
Varsteiners. That's what they. That's their
your
life
life's too
saying.
short to drink cheap beer.
I had the shirt.
I had.
You
the
may
shirt
have had
too.
the shirt too.
Yeah, you gave me one. Wore it all
Yeah.
the time. had pit stains in it by the time it was over.
At one point, we'll talk about mentality.
Oh, okay.
I've got some questions.
But
let's do
the answers
the
I got are not the right ones. But
they don't have to be.
But I made
to
it.
each their own.
Or I'm making it.
Album review.
Okay.
Give it to me.
All right. My first impression was like, okay, this is like a cool intro. I like how this is opening. What? His voice. Like I didn't like his voice. That was like that was my first impression. It was like hard to get past it. But like when it was all said and done, I've got like an overall. My first listen didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Second time I started appreciating it a little bit more, and then as I started going through it some more, the harder it got to listen to. I probably listened to this honestly like 5 or 6 times. I know I probably said 3 or 4, but it's really like 5 or 6 because I did while I was doing the deck and working out.
Yeah.
And it was hard to get through those last 3 songs, even though I liked them, or like one or two of them. But it was still hard to. It's hard for me to put myself in a mindset to appreciate this style of music.
I felt the same way about Bloody Hammers the first time I listened through.
Yeah. Okay.
And I love that entire album.
I still go back and listen to it.
Absolutely.
Still.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't think this one will grow on you.
Okay.
It's just...
Okay. What
it's
about
the one.
you? Or I gave it... overall, I gave it a 6. Just like overall, it's a little bit better than average. Like, they're not terrible musicians. And the songs are better, or more or less better than average. I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I give it a 7.
Okay.
I think, just like Powerwolf, I was in the mood. This album, like you said, exemplifies the 2-listen rule. You can listen to an album once over. Pardon me, I'm very sniffly now at this point. And... like, you can just not like it. And the second listen, you can come to appreciate it. So, as I was saying, this album exemplifies the 2-listen rule. Just like you kind of had some trouble chewing through the first listen on this song, or this album. I think I had trouble with the first listen to this album.
Is this what you were expecting from this album? What did you expect?
Honestly, I've listened to them... but I'm not listening to them a lot, except for Salem.
Is that like another album?
No, that's the Burn the Witch. Salem, Burn the Witch. So I like that song a lot, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And their Go to War song's good, but it's a little bit too pop.
Sure.
But their concert was just so good that I wanted to tie in.
When did you
that
see them?
song
What year was it?
2 years ago.
Okay, so okay.
So I just wanted to like tie my feelings to that Burn the Witch song with the album, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't know that I'll listen to this album that much. It was fun for me to listen to, but I'll probably just go back to Salem. It had, to me, and Fat Kid. I did pick up Fat Kid into the repertoire. I like that song. So I'll listen to Fat Kid. I will listen to Salem. I probably won't listen to It Seems, because it was one of those songs where I enjoyed when I listened to it in the moment. And probably, I just don't have the context anymore, because I don't feel that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pretty happy guy now.
Yeah.
So there's like no home runs in this album.
No.
They don't exist.
Even though I gave one an 8, there's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It is like an 8 on the album. It's not like an 8.
It's weird.
It's not a universal 8.
It's weird how you can have a good positive listening experience and rate the songs as high as you do, but there's always an asterisk that comes along with rating songs.
Yeah, I try and just do it on an album by album basis. I'm not like trying to compare this to like fucking Stairway to Heaven or Layla or what I'm saying, or whatever the best song somebody whatever people think
the
of.
8 out of 10 for me with Salem is really like a 12 out of 10, because I'm gonna listen the shit out of that song, but then musically you go back to it, evaluate it that way, and you understand that not that great of a song. Like there's nothing special about it, but if you can sit there and just eat that burger sandwich, a song sandwich over and over again, then you know you really, really like it. But you still can't rate it higher because you're honest.
It's like McDonald's double cheeseburgers.
You could eat the shit out of them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But they're not.
They're not.
They're not even an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But they're good.
They're delicious.
They have repeatability.
Yeah. Hope for whatever, for this, not whatever we pick for next week, because I know exactly what I'm going to pick for next week. I hope you give it an honest listen as well.
Wow. All right. Well, what are you choosing for next week?
I am choosing. All right. I am choosing.
Hey, we did Backstreet Boys.
I know. I am choosing Europe's
Ooh.
The Final Countdown album.
Well, I guess you'll find out how I feel about them next week. All right. Well, that wraps us up. Thank you for listening. If you liked this, if you didn't,
fuck you.
Put that thumbs up, bitch.